Okay, hey, welcome to Dallas Center Grimes Stable for Little Hawkeye Conference Basketball. I'm Christine Megason. This is Pat O'Brien. We have a good matchup again tonight. We've got Oskaloosa Indians here in the stable versus our Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs.
Yeah, you look at this game right here, and this Oskaloosa has been kind of in a rough slide the last few years when you start looking at records and just participation in the sport. Some things have happened over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
We're getting a few more kids out there. They're 8-8 this year, which is a huge improvement. I mean, you can't go from 0 to 100 all at one time. When you start to build a program, it looks like they're doing it the right way.
Yeah, fantastic. I was taking a look at some of their statistics. They're first in rebounds, and it's not even close, Pat. They are 551 rebounds. The next closest, or DCG, to compare is only at 466. That's almost 100 more rebounds than we've had. They're second in the conference in blocks at 50, and Dallas Center Grimes, we're last in the conference on those with only 12. But they're also second in field goals made, they're second in free throws made, and they're first in free throw attempts. So they're getting to the line. Really, Oskaloosa Indians, everything goes through Presley Blommers. She leads the conference in points. She is fifth in assists, first in steals, third in threes made, second in free throws made and attempts, and third in free throw percentage. And then what can you say about Deja Foster?
Well, I mean, you start looking at those two kids specifically right there, and they're the ones, if you're the Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs, you better have a plan for those two right there. I mean, Deja Foster, she's right there. She's going to end up scoring her points. There's no doubt about it. So you better have an option for her.
Well, and getting her rebounds. She leads the conference in rebounds and blocks, but this was stunning to me. She has 142 defensive rebounds, 142. Right. The next closest person, second in the conference, has 72.
Yeah.
She has double the number of defensive rebounds than the second person in the conference right behind her. So
there's some serious height in that family, as we well know. And her brother was over at Iowa State, now down at SMU, I believe. So big-time basketball family, at least back in the day. The dad, I think, was coaching at William Penn. So they know basketball. They know what's going on. And I guess I've really appreciated how they work on the court more than anything else.
That's right. So Oskaloosa right now 8-8 overall for the year, 4-5 in conference. Dallas Center Grimes, on the other hand, 13-3, 9-0 in conference and leading the conference. Dallas Center Grimes is shooting 44.3% right now, 33.4 from three, only 57% from free throws. So I think that's key for us because we get to the line, we're just maybe not as consistent as we'd like.
Yeah, when you get to the line in the big game, if you're up by 15, 20 points, it doesn't really make that big of a difference. But when you get to the end of the year, you're going to need every single point there is that you can get.
That's right. After the girls' game tonight, we're going to have a special honor to recognize Emma Miner. So we've got a little more information for you coming about that. But just on Tuesday night when we were over in Newton, she hit that 1,000-point mark. And that is such a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, you look at the entire school history, she's the 8th one that we've had.
That's it. Yeah.
And we've got a good basketball tradition.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's such an accomplishment. We've been on a long road stretch. The boys are 5-game road stretch that we're finally back at home. The girls had 4 games on the road. I think everybody is so thrilled to be here in the stable tonight.
I'm glad to be back at the stable tonight.
That's right, me too. So fight song is happening. The teams are lined up. We're going to go down to the floor for the starting lineups.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to Dallas Center Grimes High School in the Gymnasium for tonight's Little Hawkeye Conference matchup between the Oskaloosa Indians and your Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs. This is the tonight's game by your counsel, Chris Crawford and Adam Westfall. Tonight's athletic trainers provided by Territorial Atletico. Head coach for the Indians is T.C. Cunningham. This is by Katie Emery and Nicholas Evansmeyer. Head coach of the Mustangs is Adam Jones, assisted by Judy Isley, Rich Foster, David Reagan, and Jacob Highland. Now let's meet tonight's stars, beginning with the Indians. senior number 3, Wesley Blommer. A junior number 4, Evelyn Adams. A sophomore number 11, Hannah Nelson. A junior number 24, Leah Mendelheisen. And a sophomore number 32, Asia Foster. And now, let's meet the runners for your Dallas Center Grimes Basket. A junior number 12, Vanessa Bickford. A junior number 20, Aubrey Johansson. A senior number 24, Finley Fitzgerald. A junior number 44, Josie Lampy. And a senior number 50, Emma Miner. Los Angeles women's hockey overall record 13-3 in our 9-0 in Little Hawkeye Conference play. We please that at this time you rise and turn your attention to the flag of the United States of America to the playing of our national anthem being played by the Dallas Center Grimes Company.
All right, we're back. I'm Christine Megason, along with Pat O'Brien. We're here for Little Hawkeye Conference basketball in the stable. It's youth basketball night for the girls basketball club here in Dallas Center Grimes. This place is packed out.
You know, when we were going through the national anthem right there, I'm like, oh my God, I've never seen so many people on this side of the gym before.
I know.
This is like tournament time basketball.
Yeah, the live stream's going to face towards the visiting crowd, so it's maybe not, maybe you're not able to pick up on it, but there are people and little kids everywhere, which I think just shows that there's a lot of enthusiasm and excitement about basketball in these communities, which bodes well for our future, right?
Absolutely does. You start looking at the healthier program, you always go down to the lower levels to figure it out.
That's right. Oh, Dallas Center Grimes right off the bat, right from the jump, goes to Finley Fitzgerald for the basket. Up 2. Again, everything for Oskaloosa is going to go through Blommer. She has the ball, bring it up court.
Nice ball handler right there.
Finds the trap. Van Veldhuizen into Foster. Oh, just a little too much to handle on that pass, out of bounds play.
Well, the angle was really tough on that because the pass had to go over the receiving, over the defender to get to the receiver, and it just, the angle. If she would have been over a couple more feet, she would have had a lot better angle.
So Bickford to Fitzgerald, back to Bickford. Lampy in the corner. Into Miner.
I run a 2-3 zone right through here, and it's going to be tough to get anything in the middle. And just like that, the all world gets out there and throws one right down.
That's right. Just to prove you wrong, Pat. Oh, timeout already. So obviously, Oski seeing something they want to just take a moment. Let's talk about it before things get out of hand. So DCG leading 4-0. We just want to remind you that Charter Bank is the sponsor of our live stream. Charter Bank offers a full line of bank products to fit your needs, including home loans, consumer loans, and business loans, ag loans, checking accounts, savings accounts, and CDs. Chart your success with Charter Bank. Hey, pretty good start to everything, Pat.
Yeah, I mean, when you want to play your game and you want to make things difficult, what do? You come out and put the pressure on right away. If you think that your defenders are better than their guards, you go out there and mix things up. Now the totally, everything that's going through the minds of Oskaloosa right now is just a little bit different than when they came in the gym.
That's right. Oskaloosa making their way down. Deja Foster. Oh, called travel. And that's just that pressure. Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs, they love to show that ball pressure, especially early on, see if they can create some turnovers.
Well, you definitely want to make whoever's on offense, you want to make them uncomfortable. You look at Iowa and Iowa State play here the last few games, the defensive pressure is extreme.
That's a nice job, Emma Miner, finding Johansson down low, get the rebound. Miner from the outside, in and out, but Fitzgerald with the rebound, back up. Miss. Again,
and there's one
Deja
of your
Foster.
Defensive rebounds right there.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely. Blommers with the ball. Uptight screen for her. Into Foster. Back out.
Oh, that should be a jump ball right there,
yep.
Man. That's a great play right there. I mean, and the strength in the hands, I don't think we had that at the beginning of the season. So you can kind of see the kids are getting a little bit stronger now as that season goes on.
Substitution for Oskaloosa, number 2, Cassie Johnson coming in. Oskaloosa under their own basket. Blommers taking it out top.
Great help defense
in dish
right
to
there.
Evelyn Adam. No good. Rebound, Josie Lampy. Mustangs push. Out to Fitzgerald. Johansson.
Wow, nice. I like the take right there.
Mustangs just being a little stronger with the ball there. Back out to the outside. Finley Fitzgerald traveled before it went off.
Yeah, that was...
She's backing up, little foot shuffle.
That was an emphasis throughout, like 2 years ago, that little step back right there. But that's the first time I think I've seen it called this year.
Cassie Johnson with the ball. Back up, Van Veldhuizen to Blommers. DCG leads 4-0. Blommers up top. To Foster.
Yeah, we don't know the strengths of what some of these kids are out there. It'd be nice to get the ball down to the big 32 and see if she can't get position. There you go.
Oh, Foster finds
that was perfect because as soon as Foster turned around, it was everybody collapsed on her. She dished it to the open person. Great job.
Ball out to Fitzgerald. Long 3, and it's good.
That's 2 in a row. She should have all 6 of them right there.
That's a McDivitt's three-pointer. McDivitt's Indoor Sports Pub is the girls and boys varsity season sponsor for all three-point shots. That's a great one by Finley Fitzgerald. Van Veldhuizen to Blommers. Blommers going to drive. Up, no good. Rebound, Josie Lampy. Mustangs going the other way, looking ahead. I like the idea. The pass is a little bit long. There's a little bit of coverage there, but I like the idea of let's see if we can run and get a fast break before, giving Oskaloosa opportunity to get into their zone.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can get the ball down there before the defense sets up, we've shown, in the past, it's hard sometimes to get the movement against some of those zones. If you don't want to play it, get down court.
We have a couple of substitutions for the Mustangs. Number 22, Kayla Rice, and number 30, Sydney Miller. Rice over to Miller. Key on this zone is you need to go high-low. You need to look for that short corner right there. That's exactly where Finley Fitzgerald. That's a great pass by Aubrey Johansson.
Yeah, geez, that was right down there. Set, real play. Get that the elbow. See if you can't get it on the box.
Cassie Johnson to Blommers. Blommers with the ball. Into Foster. They're triple teaming her.
Yeah.
As soon as she gets in, and that's another jump ball.
Yeah, so as soon as they come through, they're just collapsing right on her.
Right in on her, yep.
But, you know, I mean, you got to do it, and she's got to get used to that, and I'm sure she is. She's only a sophomore, so you got to take that into account, too. I mean, she looks like she's an older, more mature kid, but she's young. And she will learn how to do this and how to use her body to her advantage as she gets older.
Hannah Nelson is back in the game for Oskaloosa. That's Bickford from outside. No good. Rebound Fitzgerald. Oh, yes, that's a good idea. Just great defensive coverage there by the Indians. Blommers on the outside. Drive in. She's kicking it back out. Too long on that pass. It's going to go out of bounds.
Yeah, we've talked about, you know, when the ball goes to one side and you're on the opposite side, you have to make yourself available visually to whoever that has the ball, so that way they can see you. That was just, again, you talk about angles, you talk about a lot of things, and that was another one where there was no angle.
Emma Miner back in the game for the Mustangs. Bickford to Rice, out to Miller. High-low. And Fitzgerald catches her own basket and back up for two. Nice job, Finley Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Finley having a great game right now. I mean,
yeah, that's 9 points for her already.
Yeah, and should have 3 more in there if you want to look at it like that. So,
yeah,
I mean,
and they're doing a great job because they're doing exactly what you need to do in the zone. You need to work it out. You're going to find those spots. You're going to work high-low. You're going to work that short corner, and they're doing a fantastic job with it.
That's exactly right. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So in Oskaloosa, they just they haven't had many half-court opportunities. So they've been able, whether it was a few different jump balls, a couple of just balls thrown out of bounds. So they'll find their rhythm.
Yeah, and I think, you know, you can't really, you know, from an Oskaloosa perspective, if you get a shot in there, I mean, you might not be able to wait for the great shot because the defense is a little bit faster right now than what their offense is. So if you can get yourself a good shot, sometimes good shot's good enough, and it beats a turnover.
That's right. That's right. We want to remind you that Charter Bank is the sponsor of our live stream. Charter Bank is 100% locally owned with local management and staff delivering prompt local decision making. They're committed to helping our communities thrive. So chart your success with Charter Bank. So Dallas Center Grimes leads 11-2. We've got 3:20 left in the first quarter. Oskaloosa with the ball underneath. Van Veldhuizen back to Blommers.
Nice. That's how you do it right there. So our defender, actually, if she would have just let the ball go, I think it would have been out of bounds on Oskaloosa, but she caught the ball.
Into Johnson. Back to Blommers. In the corner, that's Nelson. Far side. That's steal there, Vanessa Bickford.
That's going to be offensive right there. She just did, you know, she had 2 ways to go, and she went right down the gut.
Right down the middle. Yep, right down the middle.
Number 12, Vanessa Bickford was first. Team foul number 1, checking in David Foster.
Blommers with the ball. Up to Van Veldhuizen.
Yeah.
And that's just reacting to that pressure,
it
kind
is.
of panicking in that moment.
Yeah, it is. And really, you know, if you're Blommers, you really got to try and keep your dribble for as long as you can.
Back in the zone. Kayla Rice, Sydney Miller, back to Rice. Out to Rice, Bickford, Miner in the middle. Miss, save there. Oh, thought Josie Lampy had it, but it's called out of bounds. So Oskaloosa, that's a good shot. I mean, that's a good 15-footer right from the elbow.
You take those all day.
Yep. You just hope they drop.
Yeah, it'd be nice once in a while, right?
That's right. Evelyn Adam. That's steal there by Josie Lampy. Pass ahead to Bickford. That's good.
It's been a kind of a tough start right here for the Indians, but it really goes to pressure.
Come bank with your friends and neighbors at Charter Bank.
The service is excellent, the local staff is professional, and customers are treated as human beings in Waukee.
As a retired banker, I know and appreciate the advantages that community banks have over the large impersonal banks. Thanks for everything you have done for us in Johnston.
We started at Charter Bank when we moved to Grimes, and we thoroughly enjoy your services.
I've been waiting 18 years for Charter Bank to come to Ankeny, ever since the bank opened in Johnston.
Chart your success with Charter Bank in Johnston, Grimes, Waukee, and Ankeny. Come bank.
Okay, so we're back. We were just saying Pat, here's the surprising part. There's still 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah.
This quarter is taking forever.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I was going to say the same thing. It's like, man, it seems like it's going to be one of those 4-hour games, but it's better to be on the positive side of the scoreboard than the other. But there's just a lot of action going on right now, defensively very active for DCG. And it's just right now it's just too much to handle for the Indians.
Yeah, take a timeout. So let's see what they come up with coming out of the timeout.
Yeah,
My guess is that he was saying just calm down, take care of the ball. You know how to break the press.
Yeah, what they did before wasn't working, and now they do something a little different, and it worked perfectly.
Van Veldhuizen to Foster, back out to Blommers. To Nelson. Outside to Blommers.
Nice. Yeah,
just an extra step in there.
Well, she did the old bunny hop and then the two. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? You never know. They might not call it, but it was a great athletic move.
So back in for the game for the Mustangs, Kayla Rice, Aubrey Johansson. Out to Lampy. Whoop! A little too much as she was moving up to that high post. Blommers with the ball. Tipped into Foster. And she's up with it. Gets her own rebound. No good. Rebound Minor. Mustangs are running. To Finley Fitzgerald.
Ooh.
That was like a bullet.
Yeah, that one was hot.
Well, Kayla Rice was cutting to the basket, but wow, that was a close pass.
She took it right in the breadbasket right there.
She did. There was a lot of power on that one.
But when Fitzgerald has the ball, you better be ready because she plays hard and she's gonna make sure that you play hard as well.
That's right. And Finley, since we've had a broadcast, has had her first offer at Wayne State. So I don't know that she'll land there, but she's got some options now.
Finley Fitzgerald an offer to Wayne State.
To Wayne State, yep.
How about that? They're going to get a good one. I hope she goes there.
Three-pointer by Emma Minor. That's a McDivitt's Indoor Sports Pub. They're the girls and boys varsity season sponsor for all three-pointers. That's a McDivitt three-pointer by Emma Minor. Too much on that pass to Foster. Minor bringing the ball down. 29 seconds left in the first quarter. Mustangs will hold for a last second shot. Game clock and shot clock are the same. Rice with the ball up top.
So no shots yet for Kayla Rice.
No.
Maybe she'll take it right there from the horse's nose.
They were trying to set her up there with the screen. No good. Long rebound. Emma Minor for long. Almost made that.
Boy, those almost always go in.
That's right. So we're at the end of the first quarter. DCG leads 16-2. Youth basketball night for the girls basketball club here in the house. Packed house. So glad to be back at the stable after we've had 4-game road streak for the girls, 5 games for the boys. So first quarter, Pat, what are you seeing?
Well, I'm seeing a whole lot of pressure and a lot of execution on Dallas Center Grimes' standpoint. For the Indians, it's really just everything is difficult right now. I think the way they're doing the press break right now is probably a lot better than they did before when they had everybody up front because there's just too much congestion. Now they got a little bit spread out there, easily able to break the press. So now in this second quarter, if you're Oskaloosa, forget about the first quarter. Let's see if we can get an even to a win in this second quarter.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, really, the first quarter can be summarized with a lot of Mustang ball pressure, whether it be a full court press or even when they were in a half court offense and doing some trapping. And So Oskaloosa, if they can begin to handle that pressure and be able to make their way down to their end of the court,
right,
get into their offensive scheme, I think that's going to be the key for them. And really getting Blomers involved in the game, because she's been facilitating some, but they haven't really been able to, let her shine.
Yeah, I would agree. It's almost like you need her to be off the ball, see if you can't get her in open space to get some opportunities.
So number 32, Kylie Lahaz is in the game now. Minor on the far side, rebound, no good. Out to Blomers. Cutting back in.
I tell you, Blomers very
nice defense
good
there
with the
by
ball.
Aubrey Johansson. Little switch there. Good try against. And there's Deja Foster.
That's a nice play set up right out of the gate. See if you can't get Foster on the block. Right there, strong side. Perfect shot.
Finley Fitzgerald for 3. That's good. She drained that.
I'm telling you right now, if she continues to shoot like this through the regionals and in the state, this is a team right here that can win the state championship.
That's right. That was a McDivitt's three-pointer by Finley Fitzgerald. They're the girls and boys varsity season sponsor for all three-pointers. McDivitt's has multi-sport simulators, live music, food and drinks, and they're excited to support Dallas Center Grimes basketball. Got Kylie Haas to Minor in the corner. That's good. It's starting to rain threes now, Pat.
Yeah, 3 on the other side. I think the 3 on the other side right there was the first open shot that they've had the entire game.
And I don't even think it was a 3. It only counted for 2, unfortunately. Back out to Blomers. Into Nelson. Far side for Blomers. Finley Fitzgerald defending. Evelyn Adam, no good. Rebound Nelson. Back out to Adam.
Oh.
Blomers with the back cut. It's a good way to step in there, Josie. Rebound, though. Must say, that's going to be a travel.
Yeah, I couldn't see. Everything was, 10 kids all in about 15, 20 square feet of floor right there. You want to talk about spacing and the lack of it. That was it.
You're exactly right. Vanessa Bickford, number 12, back in for the Mustangs. She's taking the ball down the court.
This is a game right here. Bickford needs to take control of this on the offensive side. Move that ball around. If you're going to dish that, get people in those open spots. But as soon as you get an opportunity to shoot, you get that thing up off your hands. There you go, right there. Nope.
In and out, Minor for 3. Johansson with the rebound. It's going to be a jump ball.
How you were talked about at the beginning of the game, the rebounding intensity that Oskaloosa has.
So good at it.
And that is an example right there of going for the ball.
That's right. Indians pushing. Nelson back out to Adam. Nelson for 3. It's going to be 2. Foot was on the line, but that's good. Nice job, Hannah Nelson.
That should be.
Ooh, I thought that was going to be off Fitzgerald.
Yeah, I did too.
DCG gets the call, so Kylie Lahaz is going to take the ball out for the Mustangs. 5:22 left in the first half. Into Minor, just one-on-one right there. Emma can just. Nice job, Deja Foster. That's good defense there. No good. Good rebound.
Yeah, that's the signature play for Emma Minor right there. If you want to watch what she does, you watch that footwork and everything right there. And she's missed 2 of them right there now.
Yeah, but she's got big hands, big long arms.
Yep.
Blocking that shot right in front of her.
That's a lot of length.
That's right. Deja Foster leads the conference in blocks as well as the rebounds that we talked about. So you know that in the back of your mind going up for that shot. Whether she blocks it or not, you're thinking about it. Nelson down to Adam. Nelson up. Oh, that was almost a shot clock violation, but it wasn't. Kylie Lahaz to the other end. That's a great pass ahead to Vanessa Bickford. Nice job. Way to run the floor, Kylie Lahaz.
Right on. She almost stopped with the horn because it kind of makes you do that, but smart enough to get that ball down court and get the 2.
That's right. So Mustangs leave 24-6, 4:20 left in the first half. Blomers with the ball. Out to Adam. Nelson up top. To Johnson. Into Foster. No good. Lahaz with the rebound. Looking ahead. Oh, she's looking ahead now. Kylie Lahaz, she's turned point guard on us.
That's right.
Vanessa Beckford up top. Looks like Indians in more of a man-to-man coverage now. Emma Miner up top. Oh, they're going to need to go out on her at 3 because Emma is not afraid to put it up from out there.
That's right. It's like they wanted.
Yep.
They're looking for something specific.
Well, I think they realized that if they were going to go man, perhaps Foster wasn't going to go all the way out on her,
right.
and we might as well just take Emma out to 3. She shoots a high percentage in that shot. In fact, she's 3rd in the conference for three-point percentage and 4th for three-pointers made. So she's not afraid to put that up, and she's going to make it at a high percentage.
Right on. This has been a little bit faster quarter right here.
Josie Lampe back in the game. Finley Fitzgerald back. Sydney Miller and Kayla Rice as well. So Bickford up top to Lampe. Off to Miller. Back to Bickford. Still in that man-to-man. Rice from outside. That's good. You knew it was coming, Pat.
Well, she got one that was kind of rushed at the end of the quarter, and then that one was right in motion right there. And she's like, all right, here it comes. I'm sitting in the honey hole right now. Let's go.
That's right. That was a McDivot's three-pointer then by Kayla Rice. Oh, a little bit too much.
Look at the hands by Coach Jones over there, not letting it get by him.
Well, you know that he was an all-star basketball player up at Buena Vista back in the day, showing that he's still got it. Bickford with the ball. Out to Sydney Miller. Fitzgerald. There's Bickford. Nice little floater there.
Love that shot right there. I love that shot.
Yeah, a little bit too much on it, but I really like the idea of it. Blommer's up top. Looking to drive. Van Veldhuizen for 3. No good. Fitzgerald with the rebound. Pushing.
Let's see if we can get Sydney Miller a shot here real quick.
Fitzgerald. She's feeling it. McDivot's three-pointer there by Finley Fitzgerald.
Well, I think the school record is 7 3-pointers, and
That's right. Finley Fitzgerald with 15 points right here.
Yeah, Kayla Rice tied it in the first half last year and against somebody, and I'm pretty sure it's 7. I think that's 3 or 4 for her now, isn't it? Oh, what she got?
Oh, Josie Lampe almost with the steal. That's Johnson. No good. Rebound, Bickford. Sydney Miller can just take that all the way. Oh, nice pass to Josie Lampe. No good. Back up. And there's a foul on that. Man, what a pass by Sydney Miller.
Yeah, I mean, that went through arms, legs, everything, but just the vision. But again, Josie Lampe kind of puts herself in a position where the ball is at, so she's not going all the way under the hoop. She's able to be seen and able to get the pass through.
Yeah, as soon as her defender went over to help and to pick up Sydney Miller, she was wide open.
Right.
Great job on Sydney's part getting the pass to her. So Lampe at the line. Emma Miner has checked back into the game, as well as Van Veldhuizen for Oskaloosa. Lampe with the second. 31-6 Mustangs. There's minute 37 left in the half. Halftime of the girls' game, we're going to have a senior spotlight with one of our boys' basketball players, Jackson Dornsbach. So look forward to that at halftime. Blommers. Travel. I think what's happening is that we're kind of getting a tie-up with the ball as she's trying to go through, and she's continuing with her footwork, and then maybe we don't get the jump, so she continues with her shot, but there's a shuffle in there as she's fighting with the ball.
Well, every time she has the ball, she's getting a bump. There's somebody on her. So it's obvious that the game plan is make sure that you guard her at all costs.
That's right. Nice move. It's a great drive there by Vanessa Bickford. DCG leads 33-6. 1 minute left to go in the half.
Blommer's a senior, so, she's been through this.
She probably right there was like, thank goodness, because Vanessa Bickford has just been all over her tonight and making it really difficult for her to drive, to get passes thrown to her, and that time Bickford with the foul. pep bands getting ready for halftime. They're kind of trying to make their way. I think the referees were like, okay, everybody in the band, just make your way over. We're going to just have a little moment here.
Well, somebody's going to get tossed.
Yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. So they've called our assistant athletic director in.
I think I know who it is, too. Somebody wasn't happy, so he's going to go. Somebody's going to fess up. There's, when you get into these games that are 33-6, and it's very frustrating. You got kids that are playing.
That's right.
And sometimes you fight for your kids, right?
That's right.
And that's, I think, what happened here a little bit.
Okay, well, now the gentleman here from Oskaloosa is also not really happy about this. So he's being escorted out by our assistant principal, our assistant athletic director, and our announcer tonight, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure if he can enter for the boys' game or if he's done for the night.
I think that's it for, well, if Butch was sitting here, well, I know he's listening, that would be it for the day.
Into Deja Foster. Blocked by Minor. Going the other way. Just about a 3-second differential on the clock to shot clock. Sydney Miller in the corner.
No shots in this half by Miller right yet. So we'll see what happens here in the second half. She's going to get her shots, but she's a kid, as you start growing through the season again at the end of the year, we're going to need her to really step up and be big time.
Oh, that's a nice pass. What a cut. That's a fantastic cut by Josie Lampe to see.
And then you see Miller just walking by, putting her head in.
Well, Oski was providing all kinds of pressure up top, and so they overcommitted, and then Josie Lampe saw that, just back cut it to the basket, was wide open.
That's just basketball, right? I mean, it's
that's
like,
right.
You kind of give a little head nod right there, and you're like, all right, here we go. It's like, boom, there we go. That's playing with each other, knowing what they're going to do, and having a plan right there for sure.
So I'm trying to just give a look to make sure that we've got Jackson Dornsbach. He's down at the So Dallas Center Grimes leading 35-6, halftime.
I think we're going to we'll probably, if he doesn't come up here, we can take it down to because we're going to get a picture of all of the people on the court right now. Are we on the court?
Yeah, so there was a cheer clinic this week. So not in addition to it being the girls basketball club youth night tonight, it's also the performance now that we have for our cheer clinic that happened, and all of these future Mustang cheerleaders that have been participating in this clinic. I'm seeing this is the cutest. They're down, they're waving to their moms and dads. We're getting lined up, and hopefully we're going to have Jackson Dornsbach come and join us for the senior spotlight. Oh, I see Jackson Dornsbach making his way. So we're going to focus on the all of our young cheerleaders who are out here until Jackson makes his way up.
Here you go, Jackson. Put that bad boy on.
Hello?
How are you? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's great. So we have senior basketball player Jackson Dornsbach joining us for our live stream tonight. Jackson, thanks for joining us. We're glad that we could squeeze you in. So, Jackson, this is only your second year with the program, but it's because this is only your second year at DCG.
Yeah, I moved here from Colorado last year.
Yep.
So.
And I know my son, who's also a senior, met you that summer lifting sessions before football started, and met you.
Yeah,
and he came home and he said, "Hey, we've got a new guy on the team. He's junior last year, and his name's Jackson." And I said, "That's great.
Yeah.
What's his last name?" And he goes, "I have no idea." And so we just called you Jackson, Colorado for a while, right?
Right. Yeah.
So welcome to DCG, Jackson. What's your experience been the last 2 years, really coming into the Mustang family?
It's been great. Last year we won state championship. Obviously, that was great to meet all those guys. For football, those guys are great leaders, and it didn't turn out that great last year or this past season. But I just love those guys. And then this year, I'm hoping we can go make a run for state. So,
that's right. Yeah, absolutely. This is Pat O'Brien. So,
hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
So, one of the things that we've done with everybody that's come up, we just got to get to know you a little bit. What makes you click and things like that. Okay. You have a different perspective coming from kind of the outside out in Colorado, but it's going to be some people don't know you, so we're going to see what you got going here. So, what's your favorite song or your favorite group?
My favorite song?
What's on your playlist? What's number one on your playlist?
Well, I like to flirt between rap, but also like 80s rock.
So now you're speaking our language.
Yeah, it's like back and forth a little bit.
So we'll go with the 80s rock. How's that?
Yeah, okay.
All right, how's that?
I like Billy Joel. Moving Out by him is probably
great taste, Jackson.
And then I like Peace of Mind. I forgot the song Peace of Mind, but I forgot who it's by. But I like that song. And then I don't really know if I have a favorite song, but
that's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've gone through that before with other people. And what's your favorite food?
Ooh, I really am liking like sweet and sour chicken with rice recently.
Nice, and it goes back and forth, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So at least it wasn't chicken nuggets, because it's like everybody comes up. We like chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
So, who's the toughest coach that you've played for?
Oh, played for?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
because you got your Iowa coaches, and then you also have your Colorado coaches.
Yeah. So, I think my toughest coach was probably his name is Dan Graves, and he's from Colorado, and he's a Green Beret, and so he was my first coach actually for football, and he ran us a bunch. He was the toughest guy I know, so probably him. I'll probably say him.
Nice, I like it.
Maybe it speaks highly that your DCG coaches weren't your toughest, that they've been really enjoyable. And
right. Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, second was probably Hutzel.
Coach Hutzel for football.
Right,
yeah, he's the defensive coordinator.
Right.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You were a linebacker, so you had him.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
So last question for me is, if you had to pick somebody, a teammate that you've got right now to represent your crew, your team on Jeopardy, who would it be?
Hudson?
Yeah. Hudson Eller.
Yep. I think Hudson's a good guy, and I think he'd represent us.
All right, nice. So. Well, thank you very much.
So, Pat, don't you have a question that you've asked before about, like, if you had an accident or you needed something fixed?
Yeah, kind of the same thing. So, if your van breaks down on your way back, or the bus breaks down on your way back from, say, Newton or something like that, when you're coming back, who's going to fix it that's on your team?
Oh, I think I'd go with I don't know. Maybe Drew.
Okay, hey, I like that. He seems pretty. The answer has usually been you.
Yeah.
Really?
People have been like, "Oh, JD for sure. JD for sure on that."
No way. That's crazy.
Well, they have a lot of confidence in your mechanical abilities.
Well, and you work at True Value. They probably figure maybe you can get a discount on parts, or find some. You can MacGyver something together.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
right.
I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But.
So Jackson, tell us a little bit about just being a senior this year and the importance of the senior leadership within the basketball team.
Being a senior is great. I like being a leader, like being out there. And I've always looked up to seniors, so hopefully some of those younger guys look up to me, even though I'm not necessarily like a starter. But, sorry, what was the second part to the question?
Yeah, just what your experience has been just being a senior on the basketball team.
Oh, it's been surreal because it's like this is your last season, and so you're kind of appreciating the little things more, like every day at practice, just getting to hang out with your friends and do a sport that you love. But I didn't really think about those things when I was a freshman at all, so it's just different like that.
Now you're reflecting on it. Do you have any ideas as far as what you want to do or plans for after you graduate?
Yeah, so I'm probably going to go to Northwest Missouri State. I don't really know what I'm going to major in yet, but I visited there and I liked it a lot. And my stepmom Amanda went there, so she's
rooting you on. Go Bearcats, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. And they got good programs for like ag and whatnot. I don't know if that's necessarily what I do, but I'm definitely thinking about it. So
yeah, fantastic. Yeah. That's great.
Hey, one of the things that we've always said about any of our student athletes that put in the time and the effort and the energy and things like that, I think it's at least worth a thank you for doing that, for how you do it. And you're right. All these kids that are out there on the court right now that everybody's looking at, they do see what you're doing. They do, and they want to emulate what you do. And if you do it the right way, then that generation there will do the same thing.
Yeah, of course. It's always about building up that next generation.
Absolutely.
So.
That's right. Well, Jackson, we know that the team is headed to the locker room to start your preparation for the boys' game that's coming up here after the girls' game. So we want to wish you luck tonight against the Indians, and just thank you for coming and being part of our senior spotlight so that we have an opportunity to get to know you a little bit better. Thank you for your leadership on the Mustang basketball team this year, and good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Yeah.
You bet. Thank you. Alrighty. Have a good one, and don't fall down the stairs. There's plenty of people around here.
I'll try.
So we're going to just go ahead and turn it down to the floor. For those of you who may be tuning in for this awesome cheer clinic, you can just catch it and catch all the audio with that too. All right, Pat. I'm Christine Megason, your Pat O'Brien, and we're here back at DCG Stable. Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs leading 35-6 as we get ready now for the second half. If you're Oskaloosa and you're in the locker room, what are you talking to them as if you're their coach?
I think you play as hard as you can, work as hard as you can. Don't worry about the scores so much. I mean, you got to be realistic on some of these things. Let's see if we can execute a play. Let's see if we can execute something, execute the press break, execute an offensive play, execute. So take the little things. Just take a win. You may not win the game, but you'll get a few wins in there. And you're playing not just for this game here, but this is an opportunity for you to work on everything and get better for the next game that you are going to play that will be a battle for you to finish. Right now they're 500. You have an opportunity to finish above 500 for the first time in a long time. They got some work to do today, but there's still a lot of games left.
Yeah, and I really liked the look when they went to that man-to-man coverage. And so maybe if they could mix it up, kind of throw some different things at Dallas Center Grimes and force them to have to read the defense each time that they come down. I think offensively, go to your bread and butter. You need Blommers and you need Foster, and those are going to be your keys. And, great job to Hannah Nelson. She's really stepped up, but get the ball into Foster.
Yeah, I think you got to give that a shot, right? Get that thing in there, even if she's not able to turn because she's got 3 on her, that means that you've got 3 kids on the outside that aren't being covered. So if you can find the one person that's open, at least get some open shots. And, you're looking at, Blommers, number 1. She needs to continue to be aggressive. And then Van Veldhuizen. Between those two right now, those are the ones that are going to be in because Foster is going to be some tough sledding for her. She's got too many arms and legs around her.
Yeah, you're right. But, they're second in free throws made and first in attempts, but they haven't hardly even gotten fouled or opportunity to get to the line. So I drive right into those Mustangs and maybe get yourself to the line. That'll help. Now, if you're Dallas Center Grimes, things went pretty well for you in the first half. What are you saying if you're Adam Jones?
Can you keep it up for 4 quarters?
Yeah.
This is a team right here that has a lot to play for, not just today, but for the conference. I don't remember the last time that somebody's finished the conference undefeated.
Right, yeah,
so
absolutely.
That's something
right
that you want us. That's still on the table. The regionals, the state tournament. There's no guarantee that this team will make it to the state tournament, right? And you get into regionals, anything can happen.
You're right.
You're one bad game away or anything like that, or something doesn't go your way. Every game, even right now, no matter what it is, you're playing against yourself and you're playing against your own self.
Yeah, you're right. So Mustangs currently 9-0 in the conference, ranked number 1 in Class 4A. And I know they have their eyes on trying to reach that state title game and winning that state championship, but you're absolutely right, Pat. It's practicing right here, right now, to play all 4 quarters of every game to prepare yourself for when you get into district and sub-state play.
Yeah, and are you tired at the end of this game? You got to work. You got to move. You got to move everything there is, and no matter what the score is, you better be tired at the end of the day.
That's right. So Mustangs with the ball, start the second half. Fitzgerald into Emma Miner, wide open. The little break in coverage, I think, there for the Indians.
And that one was set up right, a back screen right out. Boom. Easy money right there.
So Blommers with the ball for the Indians. Little screen there with Deja Foster. I like that look. Go out and screen on her. She can either get the drive or Foster on the roll.
Now, if Fitzgerald is on Foster, you got to get Foster the ball.
Yeah, they've got to switch there, and then instead of getting it to her, right? Yep.
You got to identify these mismatches right there because she wouldn't even have to jump. She just turn around and just put it right over the top.
Yeah, and that's no offense to Finley. There's just a major size discrepancy there.
And here's a positive offensive possession for Oskaloosa.
That's right. Evelyn Adams with the free throw line. This is just what we said. Get to the line.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you said right at the beginning. If you can get to the line, you got an opportunity.
Second free throw is good there by Adam. Bickford to Miner. Out to Fitzgerald.
Oh, shoot. I thought we should.
Nice roll there by Fitzgerald. That's a nice move. Blocked by Foster. Blommers with the ball.
I really appreciate how Fitzgerald runs the floor and everything she does.
Oh, her whole body is going to be in it, that's for sure. Evelyn Adam with the basket. Into Johansson. Foul on Adam on the other end.
Yeah, and the strength right there of Aubrey Johansson, she was able to pull that thing up, because if she wasn't able to get that ball up above her belt, it would have been a jump ball. So instead, strong enough, get the foul.
Johansson good on that first free throw.
Boy, those look
and the second.
pure.
Yeah, that looks
Nothing
good.
but net on that.
DCG leads 39-9. Blommers with the ball. Out to Van Veldhuizen.
Jeez, you look at the defensive pressure by Fitzgerald right there.
Blommers into Foster. Over the top, but no good. Emma Miner, rebound. Taking it to the other end. Oh, finds Vanessa Bickford on the cut from the backside. That was a great job. Blommers with the ball. It's out from three. No good. Rebound Lampy. It's going the other way. Oh, nice pass to Bickford.
Good ball movement all the way around, and there's your shot.
Nice rebound there by Fitzgerald. No good. Rebound Foster. Oh, little tip there by Fitzgerald. Called jump ball.
I can't remember the last player that we've had like Fitzgerald that is just everywhere, all over the court all the time. Way better to have her on your team than have to face that all game long.
So Blommers up top. Out to Nelson. Screen by Van Veldhuizen. Cassie Johnson to Adam.
Nice pass right
Blommers,
there.
that's a great cut. And good. And, yeah, nice job there.
Small but mighty on that one play right there. Great job of receiving that ball and getting it up off the glass.
It's interesting. The Indians have gone with a lineup here without Deja Foster. Nice move there by Emma Miner. But I kind of wonder if it's freed them up a little bit because they can take 5 out around the perimeter. They have some options for driving to the basket without having a teammate there kind of in the middle. Where people can help.
Right.
So I'm very curious about this right now and how this is going to go for the Indians. It kind of works well. It's nice to have her in for what she does defensively.
Oh, absolutely.
And even offensively, but this is a nice look, I think, by the Indians. Lampy on the outside for 3, no good. Rebound Fitzgerald, no good. Johansson. Again, there's Johansson being strong with the ball.
Yeah, and you know what? We get the rebound right underneath the basket, and that's one of those. It's very hard because you have no basket or backboard to throw it off of. But the strength right there of Johansson, just able to get it through.
Well, and her free throws have looked so. Just as we
way
say
to go.
that. Oh, it's the announcer's curse.
Yeah. Well,
We
she's about a 46% free throw shooter on the year.
But man, those last two were so pure.
Yeah, they were on.
So.
And a lot of it is not a lot of opportunity at the line either.
Kayla Rice, number 22 for the Mustangs, has entered in. Oskaloosa continuing to go with a little bit of a smaller lineup. Let's see if they can use their quickness to their advantage. Blommers on the outside. Oh, I think she might have stepped out of bounds.
I'd be a horrible official because I probably would have let that one go.
You're like,
it's not right, but I probably would have let it go. We're probably going to be continuous clock here within the next sometime in this quarter. Mustangs
lead 43-11. Sydney Miller out to Bickford. Oh, nice cut in there underneath. And Miner. Oh, gosh. It was almost like she tried to do too much instead of just put it up.
Yeah, get that thing up off the glass.
Nice defense by Sydney Miller. She just took that ball away. Pushed out. And Fitzgerald knocked out by Blommers.
I'll tell you right now. I mean, there's a lot of fight in the in the Indians right now. I mean, it's like, look. I mean, we're gonna. That ball's on the floor. You got 2 or 3 kids right there. We're not going to give you nothing easy. Absolutely. Nice job out of the Indians.
Fitzgerald from outside. No good. Josie Lampy checking back into the lineup for the Mustangs, as well as Deja Foster for the Indians. And Hannah Nelson. So Indians will have the ball. Inbound by Blommers. Cassie Johnson. To Foster.
See, and this is there. Now there you go. Now face it.
Nice.
Right.
That's a great shot there by Foster.
And that's just something that she's going to have to get used to. You have to turn around and you got to face it because there could be some back cutters going. A lot of things happen when you face the basket. Right there's your 2 points.
Sydney Miller from the outside. That's good. That's a McDivot's three-pointer by Sydney Miller. McDivot's Indoor Sports Pub is the girls and boys varsity season sponsor for all three-point shots. We were looking for her to get involved.
Well, I think when we look back on Sydney Miller's career, she's going to end up being one of the better three-point shooters that this school has had.
Hey, that's a great move there by Blommers, and that's what we expect out of her, right? So it's nice to see her kind of stepping in to what we know that she's capable of doing. Rice to the outside. Minor over to Lampy. Long three. No good. Long rebound. Minor. New shot clock. Rice on the outside. Out to Lampy.
Straight up man defense. 25, plenty of time on the shot clock.
You know, Emma drove in there and then kind of started to turn around. I think if she would have just turned back towards the basket.
Yeah.
But we've got a nice drive there by Josie Lampy. Lots of scoring for the Mustangs. Really spread out tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you look at the scores right now. We got one with 8, 3, 3, 5, 12, and we got a lot of it on the bench,
Finley
too.
Fitzgerald, yep.
Yeah. Johansson's got
that's a
several.
nice move there by Blommers. That was a great little step through there.
Yeah, see, that's what she was not getting in the first half. She was getting a little bit tied up and travel, and now they're falling for her.
Yep. Lampy on the outside. Mustangs lead 48-17. Less than 2 minutes in the third quarter. Nice move by Emma Minor. A little reverse layup there.
I think, Emma Minor, she needs to take this thing kind of personally right here. It's like, you're going to come up there. I'm going to score right now. That kind of mentality.
We're going to be celebrating Emma Minor here after the girls' game. She scored her 1,000th point in the game Tuesday night at Newton, so we're going to be celebrating that here afterwards. Foul on Lampy. So checking into the ball game for the Mustangs, Kylie Lahaz and Olivia Houston. Van Veldhuizen back in the game for the Indians. Oh, nice. That's a great oh, shoot. Hannah Nelson. That was a fantastic out-of-bounds play move. They hit her perfectly, just didn't fall. And
honestly, defensively, that was a pretty lazy defensive effort down there.
Yeah, I think Mustangs needed to shore that up a little bit. And, Hannah Nelson got it underneath. Sometimes when it's wide open and it's almost so wide open that you're like, what? Why am I this wide open?
But that's what happened. We put we just entered 2 new kids in there, and I think they're still trying to figure out a little bit about what's going on.
Yeah, what the matchups are, who's guarding whom,
right.
So they know. And yeah, exactly. Blommers out to Van Veldhuizen for 3, no good. Rebound Blommers out on the outside, guarded by Houston. Little center step there.
Just a little bit. I think when you look at Blommers, you look at her game, she's an all-conference player, and there's no question about it. She'll be a first-team all-conference player. You look at her stats, you look at everything she's done from a leadership standpoint, and just watch her play. I mean, she's fun to watch, too.
Lahaz out to Miller. Miller's like, I'm feeling it. Oh, no good. Oh, rebound, Deja Foster.
Surprise, surprise, right?
That's right. Leads the conference in rebounds, and it's not even close. Basically double the next player. Rebound there by Blommers. From the outside for 3. She's feeling that. No
that
good.
Was right on the money,
it
too.
Looked really good. Oh, little steal there. Nice job, Indians. Hannah Nelson. Shots blocked. She gets her own rebound. Pushing up, Kayla Rice. She's going to take it. You could tell that was a perfect hesitation. She thought about passing it up, and you could tell the defense thought, oh, she's going to pass, and then she just kept going.
Yep. Yeah, that was a nice job right there. I mean, the whole thing. 52-17, your score at the end of the third. We still got 17 seconds left yet.
That's right. So I'm Christine Megason. This is Pat O'Brien, and this live stream is sponsored by Charter Bank. Charter Bank offers a full line of bank products to fit your needs, including home loans, consumer loans, and business loans. ag loans, checking accounts, savings accounts, and CDs. So chart your success with Charter Bank. So we have 17 seconds till essentially we're going to be done here with the third quarter. Mustangs are rolling.
Yeah, and I think right now at 35, is that right? 35. We're at 35 points, which I think is what the continuous clock is. So we should be continuous clock until
if it goes under 35
right, then
or
it'll
back
stop.
up top. Yep. Blommers to Foster. Blommers. No good. Foster with the rebound. No good. Nelson with the rebound. LaHaas, that's the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, and this is a game you probably get your starters out or get them one possession, two possessions, something like that. See if you can't get them one more play and go ahead and set them down because injuries and just little nagging things, we don't need it.
That's right.
Friends and neighbors at Charter Bank.
The service is excellent, the local staff is professional, and customers are treated as human beings in Waukee.
As a retired banker, I know and appreciate the advantages that community banks have over the large impersonal banks. Thanks for everything you have done for us in Johnston.
We started at Charter Bank when we moved to Grimes, and we thoroughly enjoy your services.
I've been waiting 18 years for Charter Bank to come to Ankeny, ever since the bank opened in Johnston.
Chart your success with Charter Bank in Johnston, Grimes, Waukee, and Ankeny. Come Bank.
All right, so we're back. We have one more quarter left of our girls' game. Dawson or Grimes leading 52-17. Signs of life from the Indians during that quarter, but the Mustangs just have so many weapons.
Well, I mean, you can score on the one side, but you still have to defend on the other, right? So, and that's been the thing that has really been a struggle is the defensive part. They can't keep the Mustangs, but a lot of teams have had that problem against the Mustangs.
Not alone in that this year. Lampy, LaHaas up top, out to Houston. Great cut there by LaHaas. To the corner, Lampy. Matched up man-to-man on defense for the Indians. Miller for three. Oh, in and out again. No good. Rebound there by Hannah Nelson. Out to Van Veldhuizen. To Blommers. Pushing ahead, Cassie Johnson. That's going to be a turnover on the Indians. Oh,
no,
he called tip.
He
called
did.
tip. So it's going to be tip off of the Mustangs. Indian ball.
Sydney Mites. We're going to be talking to Sydney Mites today, aren't we?
Yeah, it's a little senior spotlight we're going to do with her at halftime of the boys' game. Deja Foster up top. Van Veldhuizen out to Blommers. Looking to get it into Foster. Back out. That's a great give and go. In and out. Blommers with the rebound.
And the smallest kid on the court gets the small but mighty. And the fight that she has is just unbelievable. I really appreciate it. I respect the heck out of that.
Well, kind of some of the compliments that you were giving earlier to Finley Fitzgerald, I think, can be applied to
Absolutely.
Presley Blommers as well.
Absolutely.
She's so key and instrumental in what's happening, the success for the Indians. Just is everywhere. Gets her hand on the ball and comes up strong. Great move there by Foster down low. Love that.
Yeah, Foster needs to do that every single time. You go with what God gave you, and it's going to be good enough in this game.
That's going to be a travel on Finley Fitzgerald. So turnover on the Mustangs. Continuous clock. 35-point differential or more. The clock runs continuously. Blommers with the ball up top. Into Foster. Back out to Johnson. Hannah Nelson on the outside into Foster. Sydney Mites guarding her. Foster again. That's a great pull-up right there. I would like to see her do that even more. It's really
absolutely.
a successful shot by her. Mites in the corner. Kayla Rice. Out to LaHaas. Neela Williamson in the game, number 4 for the Mustangs. No good by Williamson.
You see some of the Twitter feeds that come through for the Mustangs, and 4 right there. She is in them all. You want to talk about somebody that's in the game and in it for everybody else. She's amazing to watch.
Yeah, it brings a lot of energy and hype
Absolutely.
on the bench, so it's fun now for her to get an opportunity to get on the floor.
Yeah, she's earned it by her attitude and behavior on the bench.
Out to Williamson. Oh, nice roll there by Mines. Little hook. No good. Rebound Foster.
There you go.
Williamson on her own. Nice job, Neela. So timeout by the Indians. That's for substitutions. So we're going to get some extra girls into the lineup right now. Specifically, Maddie Mormon for the Indians, as well as some of the others that have already played. Evelyn Adams, Cassie Johnson. Jenna Morrison coming in the game, number 14 for the Mustangs. We also have number 13, Sophia Bauman. Oh, no, number 23, Sophia Bauman. Number 10, Olivia Curtis. 2 Olivias.
Right. We got too many.
Travel there on the Indians. Morrison out to Mines. Up to Curtis. Out to Bauman. Williamson back to Morris up top and Mines.
Get the ball
15
down
on
in
the
the
shot
middle
clock.
somewhere.
Neela,
there you go.
Neela Williamson in. Finds contact.
Yeah, she's not afraid to go in the middle, is she?
She's going to go to the line. Shooting 2. Yeah, I love the opportunity for both teams maybe to get everybody in as we kind of finish out this game. Clock is stopped because we are at that 33-point mark.
Yep, and I think it stops on free throws.
No matter what.
Yeah.
So Williamson at the line. Second is good. Inbounds from Adam to Johnson. Out to Hannah Nelson. Back to Adam. That was Maddie Mormon, no good. Oh, nice rebound. And then in number 12, Leah Court into the game for the Mustangs. So she's going to go to the free throw line. Leah Court's freshman. Little long on that for Court. Now, you might not appreciate the outcome if you're the Indians, but I do think when games are in this situation, if anytime you can get some of your players maybe don't play regularly in the game, get some varsity playing experience, that's only going to help your program.
Absolutely, and it goes both ways, from that standpoint, but there's no doubt. I mean, these kids work hard, whether they're JV, JV2, varsity, it doesn't make any difference. They work hard. They're still representing the community in a very positive way. And they deserve the chance to go out here and have a good time.
Yeah, basketball is such a long season. They're starting in November. It takes them all the way to March.
That's right.
It's a really long season, practicing, 2 hours or more every single day for that many months. And so, yeah, the games, when they get in and can have opportunities to play, that makes it worth it. Again, on the outside, Maddie Mormon, Cassie Johnson, out to Nelson, to Adam. Morrison getting her hand on the ball, so it's going to be out of bounds on DCG. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Number 10, Logan Edgar, is coming into the game for the Indians. She's going to take the ball out of bounds. Edgar to Johnson. That's a nice steal there by Sophia Bauman. Mustangs are running. Olivia Curtis pushing up. That's Kenna Knief from the outside for 3.
Oh, my
goodness. In and out. Nice shot, Kenna Knief. So number 2 into the game for the Mustangs. Little miscommunication there on the Indians side. The pass coming across, and I think both Court and Edgar weren't quite sure who pass was going to. And
right. Yeah, you throw it to an area and nobody picked it up.
So we've got Kara Pion in the game for the Mustangs, number 54, along with Olivia Houston. So Kenna Knief up top of the ball to Pion. Out to Sophia Baumann. Oh, Williamson back in the game as well. Oh, she's looking to drive. Heck yeah, double screen there for Williamson. And good. Nice job, Neela.
And she's a sophomore.
Yep.
So she'll be probably playing some varsity minutes, big-time varsity minutes next year, especially if you can get that kind of attack to the rim. Every coach likes that.
We've had a few different sophomores and then a freshman. Kenna Knief out on the floor right now is a freshman. Sophia Baumann also a sophomore. So we've got a couple of seniors, a couple of sophomores, and a freshman. And Neela, another nice move.
Oh, that was nothing but arms, face, and chest.
Yeah, Neela, I think, thought, what happened here? But they're going to give the Mustangs the ball.
Well, yeah. Sometimes it's better off not calling fouls.
Sophia Baumann out to Houston.
Somebody.
Nice steal there by Cassie Johnson. Steal, a little foul on Williamson there. So we're running clock. We've got under 30 seconds. Jenna Morrison into the game.
There's no over and back there.
Mormon to Nelson. Nice job into court. Freshman, rebound, Kenna Knief, freshman. Well, that's it, Pat. The final score, Dallas Hunter Grimes, 57, Oskaloosa, 22. And stay tuned. We are going to have a special presentation to Emma Miner.
Yeah, that's going to come right here soon, I believe. And there's a lot of class out of the Oskaloosa coach right there saying congratulations, Emma Miner. And he's going to bring his team out. You want to talk about sportsmanship. You want to talk about, I mean, this is the ultimate when sportsmanship and what you expect.
Yeah, very easily they could have just run to the locker room,
Absolutely.
kind of moved on and prepared themselves, but he called them back and is going to have his girls join in this celebration as they celebrate and honor Emma Miner on scoring her 1,000th point this past Tuesday at our road game that we had at Newton. So you have Coach Adam Jones and Emma Miner will go down to the floor for the presentation.
All right. First of all, this is way uncomfortable for me. Okay. I want to first of all thank all our little future Mustangs for being here tonight. We had an outstanding turnout, and so we just expect this next Tuesday, right? Everybody back next Tuesday. We have a bright future with Mustang basketball, and you can see here tonight we had a great turnout. So thanks for coming out. We're going to take a second here to recognize Emma. Last Tuesday, you and Emma reached the 1,000 career points milestone. It's quite an honor for a high school athlete to reach that milestone. And Emma is the 8th player in the history of the program to reach that, and will more than likely finish in the top 5 or 6. These things don't happen by accident. Emma spends a lot of time in the gym. Emma's very passionate about the game, very dedicated, works extremely hard, and has been a huge influence on all the success we've had in the last few years. So not only is that impressive, but to me as a coach, the most impressive part about Emma isn't that she's such a great basketball player. It's that she's a team first player. And Emma will do whatever it takes to be successful. And she wants our team to be successful more than she wants herself to be successful. So we've had some success over the last few years. Emma's been a big part of that. She's committed to go to state
Well, that was a nice presentation to Emma Miner on her 1,000th point. And, yeah, I loved Coach Jones' words as he described her about how Emma is a team-first basketball player. And she has more excitement about the team's success than her own personal success.
Absolutely. I mean, 1,000 points is a lot of points.
That's a lot of points.
And one of the only ways you can get there is to play at an early age.
Right.
When
she was a starter as a freshman.
I mean, she started day one, so she would have been a freshman when my youngest was a senior.
Correct.
And so I went to North Polk to see what was going to go on because we had one kid with an ACL and that was going to be a starter the whole year, just to see what's going on. And this kid comes out there, and I have no idea who she is. And the guts that she had at that time, Emma Miner, it was ridiculous what she was doing on the court. But, I mean, just the things that she was doing defensively. She was doing things that freshmen don't do.
Right.
And it wasn't just physically, it was also, the skill set was there, but the drive, the energy, and she was a leader of that team even as a freshman.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. So who do we have? I went back and looked. Ashton Yassi is our number one scorer all time. Ridiculous athlete. I got to watch her play for quite a bit. Erin Goldsmith was number 2. And I remember watching her when we first moved to Grimes, the lefty, and she would shoot like this with her elbow out, and nobody teaches that. So I'm like, I don't know how she did it, but it worked for her.
Hey, Pat, it doesn't matter what it looks like. The ball just needs to go through the hoop.
But, that's a good example from a coaching standpoint. Don't mess with somebody's gait. Don't mess with their shot. And not everything is like it was back in the day. You had Jenna Borchers. She graduated a few years ago. I think she was at Wayne State. Danny Heritage. My kids played with her. A tremendous athlete. Then we go back a few years. Ashley Wilson. Jordan Cunningham. I coached her as a youth.
And Jordan was a senior when Emma was a freshman.
That's correct.
And so that was, I think, a real big role model for Emma as a freshman. She got to see Jordan, her leadership on the team, and just how she played, because Jordan played really big, and Emma got to see, okay, how do you post up and make your moves as a post player like Emma has learned to do. Yeah,
and I would agree. And you look, how do you play the game? How do you support the game? What do you do? If that ball's on the floor, this is what you do. It's not, and I think a lot of those kids, that's what you do. But Jordan was definitely instrumental in that. Amber Terrell and now Emma Miner as the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's an elite list, Pat. Elite.
It is. It's huge. But like Coach Jones said, she's a great basketball player, but she's a better person and a better teammate than she is basketball. Basketball is secondary. Whatever she does, she's going to St. Thomas. St. Thomas was a D3 3 years ago or whatever it was. Now they're a D1. And they're one of the only colleges to make that jump from D3 to D1. So she's got a lot of big-time basketball ahead of her, and she's going to be successful, no doubt.
That's right. I'm so glad that we were able to honor Emma tonight after tonight's game. We are going to take a break from our live stream as we wrap this up after the girls' game. We'll be back here in just a few short minutes for the boys' basketball team, Mustangs versus Oskaloosa Indians.